Hello, I'm Kathy Bissell. Welcome to the Golf Show 2.0. We have an amazing guest today, and I'm going to let Gary explain who it is and what he does. Take it away,
Oh, I
Gary.
thought you meant me. Well, I'm confused again.
That's right.
We got a great guest. We're going to talk some military details because we've got John Iacono from Zero Friction. They got a new golf ball, and it's called the B-52. And if that doesn't put you in the fighting spirit, General, I don't know what does. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you, Kathy. It's really a pleasure.
Well, tell
We're
us
glad to
about this
have you.
golf ball and how you came up with the name for it. I mean, obviously the connection between how far we hit it and
Right.
uh and a bomber is obvious, but it's a fun name. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. I just noodle around on different ideas and concepts. And the one thing that I love is, everybody wants to bomb the golf ball. And what better
Right.
way to describe it? And everybody knows what the B-52 is. And, your weekend warrior, which, the majority of us are, we get out there and we want to really crank at it and go after the ball. So came up with the concept for the B-52, and we wanted to make it so that it was a value package as well. So we made it a 15 ball pack, and I think the full SRP on it is 21.99, and you can also buy it for 19.99 when it's on special for the map pricing. And so it's 5 3 ball sleeves, and you also get a zero friction turf tee inside every sleeve. So the beauty of our golf tees is that they actually last quite a while. As you know, they don't break very easily. So you're getting the golf balls, performance ball, and a performance tee and a value package all ready to go.
Well,
John, explain a little bit about the tee. Don't you have like something that has less friction because you're zero friction with
Yes.
the tees also?
Yeah, so that has the new crown on that is our 3 prong design that is a little wider and a little taller on that design. It just pooches the ball up a little bit higher, so you really get maximum ball to face contact with that tee, and you'll find that you get 5 yards greater distance with using a zero friction tee. We had them all tested at Golf Laboratories years
Okay.
ago, and the data doesn't change. The data stays the same. What's actually is equally as interesting is that a conventional cup golf tee travels 14 feet right or left of center line off of a mechanical arm, and a zero friction tee is 7 feet right or left. So it's amazing that it's 7 feet, but it's 50% off the testing, off a mechanical arm, which is pretty accurate. And then the turf tee itself, if I could speak to that, that's the new product that we came out with this year. And the tip of every turf tee has a divot repair tool fork built into the tee. And we kind of got onto wanting to do that because I grew up as a caddy, been around golf a very long time, and one thing that's always frustrated me are the folks that just forget to repair the green or just don't repair the green. And I was thinking, how can we make this simple and build it into the tee? And I think we did a really nice job with it because it repairs the divot perfectly. A regular tee is not the proper device to repair a divot in the green because it punctures and breaks the root system. You need a fork system so you can slide under the roots and pop the turf up. And that's what the turf tee does. And we also made the turf tees, instead of conventional tee length is 2 3/4 inches, and a longer tee length is 3 1/4. Well, being that we like things that are one size, like our one size golf gloves, we made a 3 inch long turf tee. So now you get a little extra with the turf tee. And if you're a shop carrying tees and you want to just carry one tee, you could carry the 3 inch turf tee and you've got everybody covered.
wow. Well, so
Okay.
I'm going to get back to the ball for a second.
Yeah.
How did you settle on B-52? I was going to say B-29. B-50. I got
Yeah.
bombers on the head this morning. How did you settle on B-52 for the name, and what were the
Yeah.
other? You have some other candidates, because I've got some written down that I think you might have considered.
You know what? I'll tell you what. It was the only one I thought of, Gary, and that's the truth.
No,
I,
wait. Are
I
you telling me? Here's some that I came up with that you could have called the Messerschmitt.
No, I didn't think of that one.
How about the Enola Gay?
No, didn't think of that one.
That would have been a good one. How
Yeah.
about the flamethrower? That's not the same vein.
Yeah. You know what? We've had such a big response to this, Gary, that we are now looking at a series of offering some other brand type names along this category. And it's opened up a whole nother dialogue within our organization and our sales group as to other avenues that we could go with this. It makes it a lot of fun. And we put that picture of the B-52 bomb on the ball, and it
Yeah.
actually says B-52 bomber. And it's just fun, and everybody just really, really likes it. What I like, though, is that the ball has a 392 dimple pattern. So a traditional golf ball is about 490, something like that. And so we got about 30% of the dimples reduced on that ball, which helps get you a little less spin and a little more distance with a golf ball like that. Quality it's just really excellent quality for the price point that we're able to deliver. So
It looks
we're
like
really, really pleased.
it looks like the dimples are different sizes. Is that correct?
Yeah, they vary slightly. It's just a little detail inside the pattern of the
Yeah.
dimples, but it's all makes it interesting, which is what we try to do with everything that we make, and we like to be just a little bit offbeat without getting away from mainstream.
Hey, there's a million golf balls out there. Is it a tough decision to jump into that market with another ball?
I'll tell you, originally I would have said yes, Gary, because we started with golf balls probably 7 years ago with our Distance 312 golf ball, and it's a really high quality two-piece Surlyn ball. And we were making that and not even pushing it very hard. And then we got into the matte color golf balls. And once we started with the matte color golf ball and the price point that we were able to create, it has been overwhelming for us, the volume that we're doing. And then we came out with a three-piece tour spin, and that's done very, very well. And suddenly our tees combining with our golf balls, of course, tell a nice story. And then if, performance tee, performance ball, you put it together. And then if they're wearing our performance glove, suddenly the golfer has, got three products within our family, and they're on the first tee box with them. And so along that line, with golf balls, we've had so much demand for more golf balls because the quality is very good for the price points. So along with the B-52 this year, we have coming out the Striker, and the Striker is a entry-level golf ball that will retail at $12.99 a dozen.
Wow.
And
Well, that's a good idea.
well, the quality is sensational because there's so many new golfers that have, come out to play the game of golf the past 2 years that they don't know what to buy and they don't want to overspend. So we thought, let's put some good products in the entry level category, and we're really focusing on it in our business. And we also have a 24 ball mesh bag that will be $19.99, 24 Striker golf balls. And
Wow.
I could tell you the one retailer that has taken an enormous lot of volume is Walmart, and be carrying a lot of it.
Mhm.
And PGA Tour Superstores also carries a lot of our golf ball products as well. And then we have another golf ball. We have two more coming out, if you don't mind. I got to tell you these. One
Go
is
ahead.
really interesting. It's called the Eco Z, and we made a renewable golf ball. And
Oh,
and it is sensational in quality, and it's about 50% renewable materials. And we put it in brown craft renewable packaging, the dozens, with all of our golf tees. Every sleeve has a turf tee inside. And with every dozen that you buy, we plant a tree. So it's really fun to be able to give back and plant a tree, and it's a great story. And we've already had a big buy-in on that from retail as well. And
I bet.
You know,
the last,
I'm going to be
yeah.
peppering that tree with my Eco Z golf ball off the tee, right?
Yeah,
I hope not.
you're gonna try to knock it over, huh?
Probably will, yeah.
The last ball that we're coming out with, this was just a big year for golf balls for us because the demand has been extraordinary. Is a 4-piece Surlyn golf ball. We don't make any urethane golf balls at this point in time, and there's a very good reason. The larger brands really have that category well sewn up, and folks are paying a lot more money for the urethane golf ball. We kind of like to stay in our lane, know our lane, and really deliver. And so we have a really high quality 4-piece Surlyn golf ball coming out. It'll be at the PGA show, Gary. You'll see it. Wait till you hear the name. Are you ready?
I
Yeah.
hope
Victory.
it's Messerschmitt.
No, it's not. But it's called Victory. And what a great
Oh,
name for a golf ball. Who doesn't want to win, right?
right.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
So
in business, the winners usually are in a category either first, best, or cheapest. The
yeah.
value market in golf has really been overlooked with golf
It
balls.
used to be,
Pokemon's going for $5 a piece, basically. You've
Yep.
done it before with the colored golf balls and the packaging, and it makes so much sense. You give people quality at a decent price, and that's what
Yeah.
they want.
there used to be
Yeah.
a manufacturing company. I think they were in Chicago, Northwestern, years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and
Knew it well.
they manufactured moderate priced golf clubs for people. And
Yeah.
all golf clubs today, they are so expensive for people that anything that helps the entry level person play golf is a great idea because, like you said, there's so many more people playing, and they don't know how they're going to do. They don't want to spend $50 on a dozen balls.
Right. And we know about golf ball manufacturing enough to say we can make a really high quality golf ball at a reasonable price. We're not trying to compete with a urethane 3 or 4-piece golf ball. We just want a really good playing golf ball that frankly 90% of the playing public can use. There's just the percentage of folks that need the $50 plus, golf ball. That's a very rare player. They're usually playing on Sunday afternoon on national television, right? Those are the guys. Everybody else, I'm sorry, I don't like to burst people's bubbles, but they're just not that good overall.
You can buy 1 dozen of those, or you can buy almost 4 dozen of yours.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
think about that for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. And we call it Striker because we have an entry level golf glove called Striker. And you could buy a Striker golf glove for $9.99. The fit and quality is superb. So we're trying to put these two things together under the Striker brand. And now we're bringing in a line of carry stand bags that you could buy a carry stand bag, a beautiful carry stand bag under Striker for $99. And you could buy a cart bag for $129. And these are really good products. They're not cheap. They're not going to break. They're very, very good.
Well,
Isn't there a jet that's called, isn't there a Striker series of military jets? I'd have to look that up. I don't, for somebody who lives in a place where there are 2 Navy installations and one of them with aircraft, I should know this stuff, but I don't. I think there's
Yeah.
an F something Striker. So
Yeah, I think you
add
might
a
be right.
plane.
I hope the government doesn't sue me, Kathy. I don't know.
I don't think they will.
they might. They're looking for money. Hey, talk briefly. I mean, you came up with one of the great innovations in golf in the last 20 years, at least in the apparel part. I mean, the accessories, the one size fits all golf glove.
Yep.
What kind of feedback have you gotten? Obviously, I see them for sale everywhere. People love them.
Yep.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from not only the customer, but other companies maybe who make golf gloves who maybe are ticked off that you came up with this? I mean, have you gotten, what have you heard about it?
Well, Gary, we sell more and more gloves every year. We're at one of the top rated golf retailers in the country. We're the number 2 glove sold in just 7 years nationwide. And that's
Wow.
pretty good. And really what that tells you is the velocity of our sell-through and the different offerings. We started out with just a synthetic glove in men's left hand. Then we went into ladies' left hand. Then we went into juniors' left hand. Then we started making right hand. Then we went into Cabretta. Then we went into a weather glove called Storm, which is a spectacular rain and cold weather glove combined in one. Has touchscreen fingertips, has silicone for gripping if
Okay.
it's cold or wet out. And then we went into a specialty series. We have Ultra Tack, which has silicone on the glove for gripping. We have Ultra Feel, which is padded in key touch points to protect your hand. We have Copper Flex, which is copper infused in order to help with inflammation. And then I think maybe a crowning jewel was a phone call that we indirectly received through a major tour player who had a friend that wanted a glove produced for him. He's a neurologist out of Ireland, and he said, "We've got this friend. He's a famous neurologist, and he came up with a glove to help prevent heel injury on your hand, and you have a lot of bones in the base of your
Oh,
hand. See if I
yeah.
could get that on
In
here,
here,
right here, and
these.
repetitive hitting breaks it, and then it creates nerve damage that goes all the way up the side of the hand into the pinky. In fact, if you recall, Brooks Koepka was out about a year and a half ago. That was the actual injury that Brooks had, and a number of other players. And and
Didn't
and the
Bryson
power
DeChambeau have that?
Bryson just had it just this past year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so the comment was, we want it out of your one size glove. And you folks are the best glove makers with this one size. We'd like it to be that. So we endeavored with them on this, and it's to market now. It's called Theratech. We have a few
Oh,
versions. They have a heavy padding on the palm on both versions. We infused them with copper. We made a secondary version that has a wrist wrap that goes around your wrist and another wrap that goes around the back of your hand. Really great for arthritic conditions and folks that have hurt
yeah.
themselves in various ways. So it's a really cool product, and we actually championed it by putting on the packaging designed in Ireland, and we put the Irish flag on there because so much of our history of golf comes from that part of the world, and we wanted to make sure we acknowledge that. So it's a really great product, and we'll have them on display at the PGA show this year,
Good.
along with all of our glove products. But we're really pleased. I don't think a lot of people understand our business, Gary. Making gloves, people are going to just say, we're going to make gloves, whichever brand it is. We're 110% focused on making a one size glove. It's all we make. We don't make a size glove. You kind of have to have that level of focus on every aspect of it, from gender to ages to the types of gloves you want to make to the quality of gloves you want to make. It's all we live and breathe. And I think that's the big differentiator.
Well, I was just thinking that somebody at some of your competitors who make the top of the line gloves got to be going, no, this guy's just got one size and we have all this inventory. We've got all these different sizes the guys can't sell in the shops. And he's got that. And, I would think somebody at some point might have said something to you like, yeah, knock it off, jerk. You're killing us.
Yeah. 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 I don't know if they really know I'm out there that much yet. Maybe
Okay.
they do.
That's probably, they don't want to acknowledge you.
You know
Yeah,
what
that's
else he's got? He has great colors.
yeah.
And I know ladies like to have gloves that match their outfit. I don't know how men feel about that kind of thing. I just know how I always felt about golf gloves, and I didn't want to wear something that would clash with my outfit, if that's possible to say.
Yeah. You're 100% right, Kathy, but men are very fashion conscious today more than ever before.
Okay.
And I can tell you that 50% of our glove sales worldwide, and we're in about 25 countries now, 50% are ladies. And the percentage of lady golfers to men is much
Yeah.
less, but
Yes.
yet we're 50%, and that's because ladies are buying 2 or 3 gloves at a time, but men are still buying, color gloves. And whenever we look at the sales ratio, which colors are selling better, we'll look at a color and say, yeah, maybe we don't need that color anymore. And then a week later, the sales chart pops up and a whole slew of them gets sold again, right? So if you're not selling colors, you're missing half the market in our business model.
You
Well,
still
you're
got
missing a
purple,
lot
right?
of the market.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do?
Have you still got purple?
We do not have purple any longer. We have it in
Oh
a
man, I'm
we
calling
have it
Walmart.
yeah, we have it in a cabretta. We have it in a cabretta. It's kind of a
Okay.
purple color, but we don't have the synthetic any longer. We do have, which we're releasing this year, a really cool new color, Carolina blue. And we're doing a
Oh,
Carolina blue with white trim for ladies, and for juniors and men's, it has black trim. And then we're also, and that's in the synthetic. And then we're also doing it in cabretta, and it is a really special looking glove. It's beautiful.
Hey, I bet the Duke golf team's going to want some of those.
I'm gonna have to send those, and then I gotta try to get some down to UNC also.
Yeah. Well,
I gotta find, maybe MJ wants some down at his club down at Point, right? Or
yeah.
Grove,
Well, if you call them,
Grove 23.
if you call them Carolina blue, Duke's not going to want them.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe MJ will give us a round of golf, Gary, down there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think. Well, you're a big shot. Yeah, I think they'll let you on anyways.
No, I don't even think he'd let me caddy.
Well, hey, briefly discuss. You came up at the merchandise show this year. You had the cool bag, the cart bag, where the wheels pop off and you can fit it in your trunk, and the handle cranks down.
Yeah,
Again, a new way to have a pull cart, which I know in the '60s, my parents always had pull carts and walking
so
around the
did
golf
mine.
course,
Yeah.
and the golf carts
yeah.
kind of replaced them. And not that many clubs even have a pull cart if you wanted to rent one. So you came up with a solution, and those wheels really, I mean, I've got one. Those wheels come off and on. It's a snap. And it was again, it's one of those things you came up with that you go, well, why didn't somebody else do this sooner? Because it was so obvious, but you did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks. I had been noodling on that for a lot of years. I'll bet a good 6 years. Had it in the back of my mind that when I get an opportunity, why can't my bag just become its own trolley, right? Push cart, and you could
Yeah.
push or pull ours, right? I actually designed it to push, but it really doesn't matter. You could use it either way. And when I look at the different trolleys that are out there today, they're large, they're collapsible, they take up half your trunk, and then you have to
Yeah.
put your bag in there. And if you want to travel, well, forget that, because now you've got a separate piece of luggage just for the cart. And how can we make all of this simple in this day and age was how we looked at it. And the Wheel Pro is what we call it. And it was just keep it simple, stupid, as I tell myself all the time. We don't need to complicate this thing. We want good wheels that pop on in 2 seconds, an ergonomic handle that's built into the bag that comes up really fast, and away you go. And then if you don't want it and you want to carry it, it's a carry stand bag, or you put it on the back of a motor cart. So we're thrilled. It was a little delayed coming out this year because of all the supply chain and transportation. We had
Yes.
hoped we were going to get it out sooner, and it just didn't happen. But it's out now. So Superstores is carrying it now. It's on Amazon. There's a bunch of places that are carrying it. We're just getting the word out, and are going to really start to push it. Actually, starting right now, all into the PGA show. And I can't tell you too much, Gary. It's killing me not to. But wait till you see what's coming in this category at the PGA show.
That's
It's
cool. Well,
in it's
here's my challenge for
Can't
you.
wait.
I've
Can't wait.
always imagined having a golf bag that transforms into my travel bag, my travel cover bag. And
hmm
my idea was you had it like unzipped down the side and you reverse it around, and then you throw a cover or a shell or something. But I thought, why do I need a travel cover on top of my bag? There's got to be a way to turn my bag that could be a transformer and become the travel bag too. So work on that.
I like the name, the Transformer. I might have to
Transformer.
borrow
Yeah.
that from you.
Yeah, that there might be some trademark infringement on that one. Maybe I would lean toward, I don't know, the Messerschmitt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those guys would definitely want to sue me. They'd want to see me in court. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, hey, you're in Walmart. You're made. If you're in Walmart, you're doing something right. That's and
Oh,
honestly, I mean, no joking aside, if you're in
Yeah.
Walmart, you've done something right. You're on the
well,
right
Well,
track, and you're going to be successful because their inventory of everything just goes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're an amazing organization. We've had a lot of fun working with those folks. They've treated us really well. And but all of our partners have. We're very fortunate. We make some unique products and they sell. And if that's the formula you have, folks are going to talk to you. But you have to keep up with the quality, you have to keep up with the innovation, the different designs, the colors. You can never let it get old. The minute it gets old, you get forgotten. That's what I've learned.
Hey, there's one other innovation that I give you credit for that I have to mention because it's overlooked. Nobody talks about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I use this all the time. You had the didn't you have the zero friction glove with the little GPS attachment
Thing
on
on
the
the
glove?
back. Yeah.
Well,
Honestly,
so
I can't.
it's not so anyways, mine died and but you have the app, the zero
Yes.
friction app on my phone. I use that for my GPS every round of golf I play.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great, and it's free as far as I know. I mean, I don't pay a fee for it.
It is free.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. And I just wanted to tell you, I use that every time I play golf.
So let's
Thank
say
you.
this. Let's say this again for people who might see this out there in the internet world. You've got an app, a zero friction app that acts
Yes.
like a GPS, and it's free. And where
It's
would
free.
people find it?
You just go to the App Store on, like on Apple, and you just download Zero Friction Distance Pro. And it'll come right down in 2 seconds, and it's every golf course in the world. My favorite, I was on a trip to Japan, and I was pitching it in Japan, and the folks that we were in a meeting with, they strictly spoke Japanese, and I had an interpreter, and they couldn't believe their golf course that they played like a mile away out there popped right up on the app, and it was all in Japanese. It was fantastic, and
Way to
so
go.
they were pretty impressed. But I'll tell you that Distance Pro glove came about because I was thinking about the glove and how can I make the glove more techno, and I was thinking about Apple Computer and what a great job they do with their products and how tech they are, of course, and how could I do that on a glove? And I was walking down the fairway and I happened to my eyes crossed the back of my hand on my glove hand, and I looked at it and I said, "Why can't I put the distance on the glove?" And basically, the app, it's Bluetooth, transmits to the device on the glove, and it gives you the front, center, and back. And all you need to do is change out the battery. Gary, if yours isn't working, it's a simple CR2025 battery. You just unscrew the back, pop a new one in, and it'll recalibrate in 2 seconds. And when the glove wears off, what we did was we designed the device to fit on the magnet, one of our standard magnet gloves, and where we normally put a T through the glove, there's a little T hoop. That's where the screw way goes for the device. It literally takes about 30 seconds to change, and then you just buy a new glove. So I honestly can't play without mine. If I don't have mine on, I'm constantly looking at my glove for the distance, and I'm like, gosh, I didn't have it on today. Anyway, I'm glad you like it. It's one of my
I use the app all the time. It's great.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. And are you going to be at the PGA show this year, Gary?
I'm going to be there, and
I'm going to be there.
I'll probably be wearing a glove
be
that clashes with my outfit because that's
okay.
And I'm a sports writer, so my outfit will also be wrinkled.
That's okay. It makes you look very authentic.
Yeah,
that's how you have to look, right?
Oscar, I'm going. It's part of my Oscar Madison collection.
Well, it is Halloween today, so the timing is perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna put my Halloween costume on, but I didn't get back in time, and also I didn't care that much. I thought it might, be a distraction.
Yeah.
Well, John, this has been fun. Again,
I mean,
to me, Zero Friction is the most underrated company in golf with all the innovations you've made. And I noticed that Kathy has just put up the plug.
Shameless plug.
Free viewers out there, you click on subscribe, click on like, nothing will happen to you. But if enough of you do this, our goal eventually is to try to make 17 cents for doing this podcast. So click subscribe, click like. What's not to like about Zero Friction? John Iacono, thanks
thank
for
you.
being here today, and thanks for filling us in.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right,
Bye-bye
thanks a
now.
lot.
Yes.